Look, John, obviously one of the pillars of the modern day MMA community, Jose Aldo, retired recently. Whilst he is certainly a first ballot Hall of Famer and in my personal top 10 pound for pound fighters of all time, can you speak to Jose's influence on the sport from your perspective and whether you have a favorite Jose Aldo moment?
Man, what a legendary career. I mean, thinking about all the moments, all of them together, just off the top talking about that. I think honestly, as I've been recalling his career, the two fights with Chad Mendez in Brazil were both, I mean, both of them. It's kind of hard to rank one of them. The rematch I remember was so phenomenal. The volume and the energy in there was so great. If you remember the first round, they kind of kept striking after the bell, and people were like, oh, they went late. The thing was, it was so loud in there, you couldn't hear the bell. I mean, I was sitting right there, and you didn't know that it was over. So, I mean, the energy of that was amazing. And you think about the first one where he had that beautiful knockout of, just breaking the grip, turning, throwing the knee all in one fell swoop, man. I mean, unbelievable. And then just the celebrations and the crowds. I mean, incredible. So those are definitely some of my favorite moments to stand out. Which is sad because I love Chad Mendez as well. So it sounds like I'm putting him down. It just shows you how great he was. But yeah, Jose Aldo's influence was incredible. I mean, those leg kicks of his, the signature leg strikes that he had, and kind of the angle and the way that he threw them, and the reckless abandon he threw him with as well. I mean, not that they had never been done before, but I think it was just kind of a reminder that even in the lighter weight classes, you can end fights in that way. And the other thing that I'll always remember about Jose is just the way he carried himself. I mean, I tweeted it after he retired, but you will not meet another fighter on the UFC roster that is universally like respected and loved. I mean, it was so cool on Jose Aldo fight weeks because to a man, to a woman, everybody on the roster, even though they're technically peers, even though they're technically fulfilling the same job, they all wanted to take a picture with Jose Aldo because even to the other fighters on the roster, it's like, that dude is a living legend. So sad to see him go, but it meant to me, it just goes to show you kind of what a classy guy he was and what the sport meant to him. Because look, he's a huge draw. He could continue to take fights and make money and be in command. But after that last loss, I think he knew that the road back to the title was so long that it just didn't seem to make sense to keep going. It's like he was either fighting for a championship or he wasn't fighting and decided to hang it up. So a sad one. I do hope, it's funny because the UFC is going to Brazil, of course, in January. I was talking to my buddy Cole Coffey on the MMA Roadshow. I hope they just acknowledge him in some way and honor him in some way there. And Cole Coffey actually brought up, he's like, I hope that's where they announce that he's going into the Hall of Fame. And I thought, yeah, that would be perfect, right? January in Brazil, announce him in the Hall of Fame. Dude's a legend. Dude's an absolute legend.